Boom, there you go. So what is happening, people? Hey, we just caught that little crappie there. And good morning to everyone. It is 7/23, July the 23rd. We're back at Hyco Lake today and gonna do some dock shooting today. And we're gonna concentrate mainly on docks. Just had to stop a few minutes and jig a crappie up. You just saw that. I've caught a couple, and I wanted to try my new B&M super sensitive rod out here, and just got it in the mail yesterday. So I have a couple of things I want to go over. Got some new lure colors, got some hair jigs. I'm gonna go over all of that today. And you know, if you're new to the channel, hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. We appreciate all the support we've been getting for this channel. And mainly we're going to concentrate on docks today. And you know, the water's clearing up. Those docks provide a lot of shade. We're going to shoot some docks, skip them, whatever you want to call it. So hey guys, let's go catch another fish. So I have put a kind of a brush guard head on. I have not tried these. I want to try them today because, as you know, if you fish these docks, there's a lot of cross members on them, and that color there is a Tennessee shad color in the Kalen's jigs. Well, I think that's actually a Monk's jig. So if you go on the website, I get a lot of my stuff from Monk's Crappie Fishing. I met him 15 years ago. Super nice fella. He's passed away now, but I think some of his family's running his business. But anyway, super great fella. I learned a lot about crappie fishing from him. He helped me when I was buying my longer poles. So you order from them, hey, they quick. They'll have your order there in just 2 or 3 days. So I'll give those guys a shout out. They've got a lot of stuff for trolling, got a lot of jigs and stuff. So anyway, we're going to start out with this color here. Again, we're matching our colors to the watercolor. Watercolor is fairly clear. I'm kind of in the upper end, so if I'm in the upper end, I may have some stain to the water. Hey, and I like a little stained water, especially this time of year. So hey, let's slide over here to this dock, see if we can catch us a crappie. Now look, before we get to this dock, so let me point this out. So I like to approach a dock on the corner. I fish out the left-hand side of the boat. So from this position, I can fish across the face a couple of times. For any fish that's out there, I've got a good angle. I cover a lot of the dock with the angle. See, I cover over half of that dock with that angle out that front side, just like that. Now, I may or may not get bit, but any fish that's hanging on that outside edge, I had the potential of catching. I like to cast across the front of it first, and boom, just like that. Like I said, a lot of times those crappie, just a small crappie, may not be all the way under there. And I'm gonna check under there too. So it's just a little small crappie. That's a 9 1/4 inch crappie right there. So I got bit once. I'm gonna throw back up there, and not sure how deep the fish are. I'm feeling for a thump. This bait's moving, so we should feel a crappie actually bite. We're just allowing that lure to fall, free fall, right down in front. I think I've got a 16th on. See, I got bit. I didn't feel that one. I got bit right there. Actually, see, he's caught in the bottom lip. He's caught in the bottom lip, so that meant he swam down to actually hit the lure. The lure got by him, and that's a 9-inch fish. Okay, so now let's move up to the edge. And many times the corner of a dock will be an excellent place if we can make an accurate cast. Accurate cast. Now I'm just going to allow the lure. I flipped the bail and I'm allowing the lure to swim past that edge, because we know if we're above crappie, they'll come up and hit a lot of times. Sometimes not so. Depends on if they're in the feeding mode or not. Okay, so now I fished the face side. Let's move out here and we're gonna fish this left side. Well, left side for me. I fished this dock before, so I know that right out here there's a 2x that sticks way out in the water column that I have to be careful about hanging on. So I'm gonna fish this left side a couple of cut throws to see if I pick up any fish. And then I'm gonna move to the slip. Boom, right there on that corner. I noticed I've been catching some small fish. I don't know if the larger fish may be still out where they've been moving around at night. Now here again, I'm taking my time. I'm not running a trolling motor. I'm just allowing that lure to swim. I'm just holding it. You noticed I hadn't wound this. I'm using my rod and I'm just allowing that lure to fall through. And I got a fish on it right there. Boom. Small fish. See, I just pitched under there and flipped the bail. Allow that 16th to just move through the water column. I'm watching the line. I just got one just hit at it. I saw the line go slack, but he didn't get it in his mouth. So I got my finger here on the rod. I'm watching my line, slowly sinking. Now you don't need electronics for this. If you come out and fish docks, you don't need electronics for this. You just need to recognize. So on this particular, boom, on this particular bank line, we have a very steep bank line like this. There's a lot of shade that occurs here in the morning. So if I'm looking for a dock to fish, I want to find a dock. Me personally, I want to find a dock that's on a pretty good slope so fish can move from shallow to deep, move in and out, versus say a dock on a big flat where the water 30 yards from it is 8 feet and then it's 8 feet at the dock. Fish has to move a long ways. Not saying that those do not hold fish. I'm just saying that's what I prefer. I'm gonna spin a boat around and I have a cast underneath this dock, so I'm gonna spin around and cast under this dock. So many times if you've got two fishermen on the boat, you have to approach a dock a little bit different. So you work together. So as the man in the front may be fishing in the slip, the man in the back of the boat can maybe kneel down and pitch up underneath those docks. Now there's a couple of different methods. Some people call it shooting docks, bowing the rod back and shooting the lure under there. That works. And many people will use if you're gonna shoot these docks, stick with a 6-foot rod and shorter. If you're gonna shoot, if you're gonna pitch a skip, you can use 5.5 to 7. This is a 7-foot rod I have in my hand. 6-pound test line, 1/8 ounce jig. Does a pretty good job. And you just have to be careful skipping. You'll knock your lure around somewhat. And right now I'm fishing a shad color and just pitching under these docks. And one good thing about the summertime is a lot of times the lakes will be a little low, and I got bit good right there, but I didn't get him. You'll be able to get up underneath these docks a little bit better. That always helps. He thumped that pretty good. Y'all see the line jump? Pretty good. Y'all see the line jump? So it looks like just a little small crappie, 9-inch crappie. Now, as many of you know, I like to fish a hair jig in the summertime and in the winter time. And let's see if we can zoom right in on this. So I hope that's pretty clear. And these are from Brad's Baits and Custom Rods. His link is always here. But you see, this is that original gray that I bought and have had good success. And then so I added a silver. That's the one he calls the silver color. And then here's a blue. And I got that blue mainly to fish Kerr Lake. And here's a black and gray here with some silver in it. And as you can see, they're all good looking colors. And one thing I'll say about these are some tough baits. That bait is no telling how many fish that's caught. And the nice thing about these baits that I see is you'll lose them before a fish wears them out. I mean, these are really tough baits. They're very, very well made baits. So just keep that in mind. Hey, his link is in the bottom. So if you want to give him a shout out, hey, and if you order baits, by all means, tell him you saw this on Wildlife Adventures. I've seen him a couple of video clips, not sure how he's using that, but he makes a really good bait. And so give him a shout out if you want some hair jigs. He's got multiple colors. If you like you know, an orange and a white and a red and you know, a purple, he makes all sorts of colors of jigs. I still hadn't, there's a couple of different colors I'd like to have specifically that I hadn't got with him to order yet, but I'm aiming to. Oh, that's a good crappie right there, y'all. Alright, so boom. This is at Brad's Tackle Custom Rods. That is that silver hair jig. That's a good crappie. That's a 12-inch crappie. And caught him on my new B&M rod. And right in the top lip, good catch, good catch. Nice fish, boom. Well, let's turn him loose. So I tell you what I did. I don't never miss an opportunity. So I've been fishing these docks behind me. And I came out, was gonna go down the lake to the next dock. And you know, on 2D sonar, not side scan, on 2D sonar, I saw a couple of brush piles, stumps, whatever they were under the water. So I immediately marked them, turned around and come back. So there's some form of brush or old stump on the bottom, 12 feet of water, right out in the middle of the lake. I just caught that fish on. And you know, I had to find it, marked it with the live scope, and anyway, dropped right down on him, and boom, caught that fish. So let's go back and see if we can catch another one on that. So let's do a little update. So I've been fishing for a couple of hours. I've been hitting different docks. Went down the lake towards the dam, and the water is super, super clear down there. And the fish just, they coming up looking at the lure, they bumping at the lure, but they're not eating. If I had some minnows, I think it would be a world of difference. I found some fish in some 20 feet of water. I mean, they would bump the lure. They were just banging the lure around, but they wouldn't eat. If I had minnows, probably would have caught a lot of those fish. Anyway, I'm back on this dock here, and came kind of towards the upper end of the lake. Came back up one of the lake prongs, and the water is much better up here. It's got a lot of stain to it. It's not muddy, but it's got a little bit of stain. And if I could suggest one thing, if you're shooting docks or you're vertical jigging, if you can find some dingier water, that clear water is really tough to fish. If you fish in that clear water, you're gonna have to drop your line size down to a 4 or 2. I'm actually fishing 6-pound test line. That's what I mainly fish year round. 6 pounds is pretty tough. It'll hold a good crappie, pull him out of the brush, and you know, it's still small enough to, you know, for the fish not be able to see. So if I could make that suggestion, this water looks much better. I wish I would have came up here first thing this morning. This water's much dingier than the other lake prong where we fish. So anyway, hey guys, let's turn around here and see if we can catch a fish. Well, not a big crappie. Small one. Now I'm seeing a lot of small shad. So a lot of shad that crappie are eating there are probably inch, maybe an inch and a quarter long. So if you've got some smaller jigs, you may want to try that. I got my new rod in. This is a B&M. This is a B&M pole. It is, I think, 10 foot 6 inches, 10 foot 5 inches. It is an IM6 graphite rod. It's SAM super sensitive, and it is much more limber on the end than, say, the ACC crappie stick. Now, nobody sponsors me, so it's very difficult now. If you've been looking for some 10 foot, 12 foot rods, everybody's kind of sold out. So I looked around. I needed a second 10 foot rod, and so I wanted to give another manufacturer the opportunity. And so far I've caught a few fish. This is the first day I've used this rod. So far I'm tickled with it. Very sensitive. You can feel the thump down here in your hand. Many times I'll move my hand all the way to the front end and put my finger here, so it's even more sensitive. But very sensitive rod. I'm tickled with that. I paired it with a Sonona 1000 Shimano reel, something light. I think this whole rod is about 9 ounces, not 100% sure, but it's very light. You could fish with it all day if you're a single pole fisherman. And I think this would work really well if I wanted to put it in a rod holder and troll with it, or either do some vertical jigging. Okay, so second lures we're going to go over. And I'm not going to pull all these out. I'm just going to give you a close-up now. Patrick made these for me. His link will be below. Him and his son has just gotten into lure making, and he sent me these. I seen him the other day. And so there's some of the colors, boom, that he can make. And I will say this. On any given lake, there's a certain color that fish, the crappie, prefer more. And so you always have to keep an extra set of those. So these are just some additional colors he made. I think it's 5 colors of each, and so I'm gonna give them a try too. So give him a shout out if you want something specific. You can talk to him and he can probably match that for you. Oh, California quick release on him. Let's try another color jig. So we got this, I've been using this blue with a little bit of success. I got that old googly eye jig head on there. There's one. I can get him out from under there. That's a pretty good one. Got him on that blue. That's that googly eye. That's a good crappie. That's a 11.5 inch fish. Boom. Nice fish. Let's turn him back. Anyway, guys, hey, it's been a great day. Hey, the Lord give us a really great day to be out here today. It's getting hot towards the middle of the day. It's about 11:15. Boat traffic is beginning to pick up, and we're going to ease off the lake here. And hey guys, we appreciate all the support we've been getting for this channel. Don't forget to share this channel with someone that you know that likes to hunt and fish. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Help supports the channel. Without you, we couldn't do what we're doing. Hey guys, I hope you've seen something in the video that you enjoyed. I hope you've seen something in the video that you learned. Hey, you remember, click that like button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. And as always, you remember, it's a wildlife, and I'll see you on the water.